been 12 days since my last recording, and it's just been flat out. That's the excuse that I have. I haven't had the physical time to sit down and hit record. Or maybe I have, but in those moments of time I just needed to integrate and process the experiences that I've been having. But I know that I need to continue to do this. I need to continue recording some kind of video, or have some kind of creative outlet, and I need to have the physical, like gym, and I need to have the spiritual, which for me is holographic kinetics. Like, just staying connected to those things is going to be what makes sure that I stay on track. And at the moment I'm under a lot of pressure, and that takes the form of I've committed a larger volume of my time, and I've taken on some roles that are very emotionally demanding, but I've taken this on temporarily. Like, this intensity that I'm experiencing at the moment, I'm not going to continue to do this. It's needed now. So I've agreed to temporarily take on what I believe is more than I can handle for an extended period of time. Like, I will burn out. I'm 100% sure that I will burn out if I tried to continue to do things the way that I'm doing them now. And yeah, I had this huge realization about, like, no matter how emotionally demanding and time consuming everything else is, I need to create time for the things that matter to me. My creative universe has shrunk almost out of existence over the last 6 months or so, and that makes me uncomfortable because it's not in alignment with my goals. When I last really sat down and considered where I want to go with my life and what I intend to accomplish, creativity was like in the center. Like, keep making the content, and like, I wanted to even expand on it. I wanted to invest more financially, emotionally, and with my time. I wanted to really build the creative side of things, and it's just shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. So I'm seeing this pattern where, like, the thing that I want to do the most is the thing it's the first thing that I sacrifice to do what? Like, to contribute to these things that are not my creation, you know? Like, I want to help other people achieve what they're setting out to achieve, but it's coming at the cost of, like, I don't have enough time to continue my own journey, which is ridiculous. And like, I know, like, even having that awareness is better than so many people who are walking around life 100% engaged in other people's pursuits. Like, you're not doing anything for yourself. So at least I have been doing things for myself, and I've been doing it less and less, but I'm aware that I've been doing it less, and I'm aware of the cost. Like, the reason why I'm able to invest so much emotional labor and time into these things that are high intensity, like very demanding, is because I had so much meaning in my own life. Like, it's got to be balanced. I can only contribute as much to everybody else as I contribute to my own calling, or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, in this moment, when I'm going through something like this, I feel like it's permanent. Like, I think that's a human thing. When you don't have a lot of time and you're really emotionally drained because of the activities that you've been doing, it can feel like that's going to be the way that things are from this moment on. But I know that it's all going to calm down. like the time consuming nature of the work that I've been doing is going to be reduced, which will automatically make it less stressful and less emotionally demanding. And yeah, my role will become less emotionally demanding as we bring in more people to contribute to it. And on top of that, I'm also aware, and this is the most important thing, that through this experience of this challenge, I'm also growing. So even if I still had to maintain this intensity of being, I think I would cope with it better and better as time went on, as long as I don't burn myself out completely. But I have, good people around me who wouldn't allow that. But for the first time, I've felt like I actually am pushing my own limits in my mental health role. Like, it's been really underwhelming working in mainstream mental health because, it's just the way that things are. But now I've got some stuff that's actually really challenging me. So for the first time, I'm actually vigilant of my own self-care and boundaries and everything. Which is it's one of those be careful what you wish for moments, isn't it? Like, I want a challenge, I want to be able to contribute meaningfully to people's lives who really need it. Okay, here it is. You ready to go? I've been jaded. I've been asking friends like how to have fun. Like, I'm just haven't been having enough fun and haven't had enough joy and play, so it's almost like you get those moments in your life where you're so disconnected from play and fun that you like have to outsource and be like, what do people do? Like, how do people enjoy themselves? I've been too busy and I've lost touch with that, and I need some fresh ideas. And I guess the reason why I get jaded the most, and jaded's like, does everyone know what jaded is? It's where it's like you can't be bothered anymore because you feel like you've kind of seen it all and heard it all and experienced it all, and it's starting to all blend into this muck of like sameness. And you were once maybe passionate about something, and now you've sort of lost that passion through monotony and repetition. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about when I use that word personally. And I guess I use that word quite a bit because I go through these cycles where I get really excited and I find new challenges, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I got to find that balance again. I haven't been very consistent with like keeping that balance so much. Although, like, I need to give myself more credit because I realized this morning as well, like, I've come so far. What I did today was so much healthier than what I would have done even 1 month ago, under far less pressure. So, like, I don't know, I've had this lens lately where I've just been more negative than I usually am, more pessimistic than I usually am, but I'm aware of it. And I actually wrote a list of everything that's quote unquote going wrong, or everything that's unpleasant. That's probably a better way to put it. Everything that's unpleasant. And I started this list, I don't know why, but it was one of the best things that I did this week, because I just had this list, and it was huge, of all of these things that were unpleasant or like not feeling great. And just looking at that list was helpful. Like, all of a sudden I felt better about myself, like, and I felt stronger looking at this huge list of unpleasantries that I'm dealing with, and looking at, okay, where am I actually right now? I'm still doing my positive behavior, like habits and things, like everything is under control, while this list, and it's grown because I've been neglecting myself in regards to, like, a few of the things on the list are stuff that, like, I can control, but there was like heaps of stuff on the list that was just a product of the circumstances and the way that things are changing around me. Though of course, like, I can have some influence over that, but like, it's flowing and changing, and you know, I'm going to resolve these issues. But there's like a few things on there, like eating unhealthy food, like 100% I could stop doing that. Like, that's something that I feel there's not really much of an excuse for, but there is though, because when you're under a lot of emotional pressure and you don't have a lot of time, like, you're going to go for the easy and, you know, instant gratification, rewarding, like, junk food experience. I do anyway. I've still got that going on. Yeah. Another thing that I've been contemplating, because this is 12 days later as well, so there's like I've had a lot of time to myself, even though I haven't been journaling it, like, to contemplate it. Like, the contemplation's still very much happening. Trying something new where I just drop a whole thought process in the moment and wait for the next one. Sitting here at Burleigh. It's brown, sure. It's been flooding and raining again. But this is my view. I love coming up here. Get some, like, really healthy vegetarian food in Burleigh, and then come up here, walk along the beach. Like, this is one of my best things that I do for myself with my time. And it's a great place to stop and record a journal as well, because people pretty rarely come up here. No distractions. What I was going to say is, I've noticed that I picked it back up. Damn it. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. So, I've noticed that it just seems like a series of challenges. Like, it seems like a series of unfortunate events. Like, it seems like this journal is just a process of me coming up against obstacles, and, you know, I'm expressing the obstacles, like all this stuff that's getting in the way of between me and my future that I'm working towards. And that's where some of that jaded feeling comes from, and that monotony, because it's like the work never stops. The inner work, like, you work on so many things, and you've made so much progress objectively. If I had, like, judges on a panel that were observing me on a reality TV show, like, ranking me with scorecards, like, my score would be going up and up and up. Like, I'm putting in the time and making my life better. But there's this thing to the present moment and being here now where it's like relativity moves with you. Like, everything, like, it doesn't matter how much I grow, I've still got to grow. And it's like, that's the thing that's, like, really getting to me in a lot of weird ways. It's absurd and it's hilarious as well. But I do get bogged down in it sometimes, because when I am under a lot of emotional pressure and I don't have a lot of time, all that stuff that I'm complaining about today, it's almost like I'm not as present like with myself, and some of these what I would call background thoughts, like all the stuff that I'm complaining about is sort of playing on a loop in the background sometimes, like, oh, I don't have time, oh, this is really stressful, or like life is just a series of challenges and growth is never ending, so it doesn't matter how much effort I put in because tomorrow I need to put in effort again. Like that's a really good example of something that's just like in the background. Just, it seems insignificant enough, but that repeating itself while I'm not very present with myself, and there's all this other stuff going on that's wearing me down, making me more vulnerable, and like, yeah, just I don't feel as strong. It's like it's wearing me down. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to continue to do the things that fill my cup. I need to continue to do things creatively, even if it's the bare minimum has got to be this journaling process. Like, I'm sharing like a video of my thoughts and feelings in the present moment, and that's something. You know, what I really want to do is get into the cinematic journals and really show some of the most beautiful places in the world in like really startling, beautiful detail. And I want to spend like at least 5 days at each location, building up the archives of footage. Like, you know, the movie Mad Max, like the newest Mad Max, Fury Road, they shot that movie with like 300% A-roll or something. I'm not positive what it was, but usually movies we use A-roll and B-roll, and the B-roll's like, you know, it'll do. But they shot like 3 movies worth of like the absolute best footage that they could possibly shoot, and then edited it from that. That's kind of what I want to do with Kai Lives 3 cinematic journals. Like, I want to shoot like just so much A-grade content of these beautiful places, so that I've got like 5 days worth of an experience in this place, and then put it all together into like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so end with music and stuff, so that you really get to see like the beauty of nature, or the beauty of even anything, just like moments and experiences that like you can just observe, and maybe it will inspire people to get out amongst it a little bit more as well. But yeah, I've got to get more into the creativity, and I've got to make sure that I maintain my physical exercise, which hasn't been a problem. I've been doing gym less, but I'm still doing it enough, like still twice a week at minimum. That's heaps for just like processing all of this energy and emotion and stuff. I find physical exercise is one of the best things for that. And yeah, I haven't strayed too far away from my HK practice either, although I would like to be doing it twice as much, if not 3 times as much. Like, I would like to be doing it full time by now, actually. That's the truth behind my excuses. And I wish I could tell you that I'm gonna make that change tomorrow, but I want to see how things unfold where I'm at for a bit longer. Even though it's feeling so intense and crazy, and I'm not in control of these situations that I'm entering, and it's becoming increasingly difficult just to observe and not react. I know I've reacted a few times to some of the situations that I've been presented, and I know it's affecting me, and I know that I need to stay on top of that. And what I'm actually really aware of is people around me being exposed to similar situations, and I wonder how others deal with the intensity. Because there's people around me that I do respect quite a bit who are facing at least the same level of stress and time-consuming experiences and everything. They're doing well, Pretty impressed with people around me, actually. We'll see how things unfold. Like, there's a big curiosity factor here. I think curiosity has been something that has led me to a lot of situations that maybe I didn't necessarily need to be in. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm figuring it out. If you get anything out of these video journals, please pass them on to anybody else in the world that you know who may benefit in any way. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below. Love to hear what you're thinking and feeling in the present moment. Any insights that emerged while you were observing me, observing myself. And I'll see you again when I can.